Okay, I'm back with, I guess we'll say part one of the Pilot RC 1.8 meter Viper jet. The first video I did was the unboxing. So far what I've done to the plane is I've gotten all the moving surfaces set up according to manufacturer's throws. I was concerned about the throws on the ailerons being so minimal, but I've gotten responses back from other people saying that those throws should be correct, and that with a plane this size and fast the plane will move, you don't need a lot of throws on it. So I'm just used to some of my other planes having a lot more throws. My HSD turbine Viper, foamy Viper, actually has like about 50% throws on it. Works out fine. I have the same thing on the EDF version. 105 mil EDF version has the same setup as the turbine version. Both planes are foamies, and they fly it identical. So, and then my other foamies, you know, it just seemed like it was really odd that there was such minimum throws on it. So anyway, I'm going with factory recommendations and what other people have said. So I'm leaving it at that, even though I have some more throws set up in on a three-way switch if need be. But I'm going to go with everything factory set up, elevator, rudder, flaps, all that has been set up according to factory. My rudders I usually like to go with 100%, and that's what I've been doing on a lot of the other planes. But for now, everything is going to be factory. What I did, I took some notes. I actually made some notes of what I was going to go over today. I took the weight of the plane, and that's with the canopy and hatch, rear hatch on. Plus I have about 1.5 pounds or so of batteries in the front to hold the nose down. So it came out to about 16 pounds, excuse me, 9 ounces. But knock off that 1.5 pounds with the battery sitting up in the nose, you know, we're down to about 15 pounds or so with nothing else in the plane except for what it came with: the gear, servos, the pipe in the back. The tank has been removed, so I account for that. The tank doesn't weigh that much, but that's what I've got on the weight of the plane. The next thing I want to go over is the tank. I really don't think that, I'm just not feeling that factory tank for a couple of reasons. I don't think it's going to be enough for a 100 size engine in here. And I guess it's okay if you're just doing, you know, light flying, or let's say half throttle flying. Maybe it works out for a good 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I don't know. I don't know how you calculate that. But according to the specs, looking at KingTech specs, it burns, if I remember correctly, 11.5 ounces per minute. Now I don't know if that's full throttle that they're talking about when they give those specifications. I looked at some other engines, same thing, the specs. So I don't know if they're talking about full throttle. That's how much it pulls. I can't see. That's a lot of fuel at half throttle or less. So that's a lot of fuel pulled in a minute's time. But I don't know if that's how they do the measurements. I don't know how it is. So anyway, I don't like the factory tank that comes with the plane. For that reason, I don't think it's enough. I pulled it out. I'm going to go with something else. And not only that, because this tank is round, and the only thing that's holding this thing is straps. If the straps loosen up, this tank is going to slide back and forth. And I don't like that idea, this tank being able to move if the straps for some reason loosen up on it. And you know, so I don't think I'm going to use this. So I purchased another. Someone was saying if I was going to go with this tank and wanted more fuel, I could add another tank under the tray where the tank sits. So I purchased a 24-ounce Dubro tank. I just wanted to see if it would fit underneath that tray, and it fits. And actually, you can go with a little bigger tank. It was easy to slide up under there once you loosen the screws. I'll show that in a bit. Once you unloosen the screws, you can lift that tray up, and you can slide this tank in there without a problem. This is a 24-ounce tank. So the other thing, I had purchased an 80-ounce tank, which is going to be for another project, which I never got around to doing. So I have this 80-ounce Dubro tank. So I was thinking of taking the Dubro tank, mounting this on top. It doesn't sit flush, but I have to fix that so it's just nice and flush and level. And those two tanks together is going to give me 102 ounces of fuel. Okay, I think that's going to be adequate enough for flying. And then I was contemplating on, okay, do I want to go with a 32-ounce Dubro tank and put it up here? That'll give me a little more fuel. That puts me into 120 ounces. I believe it was about 120 ounces of fuel. Okay, and that's it. And I'm sure the plane could probably handle that. And if you want to go with smoke, let's say, which I can't, the fuel that I fly, you can't use smoke. But if you want to fly with smoke, you still could put another tank under the bottom of that tray. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking about doing, since I have these two tanks. I'm gonna slip this under here, and then I'm gonna bring the camera over and show you that this 24-ounce tank will go under this tray. But you'll have to make some kind of bracket to keep that thing from moving around. Let me bring this camera over here, and let's see if I can get it up on the table here. Okay, that won't, okay. All right, as you can see, that tank is sitting underneath that tray. So you can get another tank there. The other thing is this, let me dismount this camera. Hold on. Okay, the other thing is this tank doesn't sit, this 80-ounce doesn't sit, if I can get it back in, nice and flush. Anyway, I'm going to have to fix that, make a flat surface there. I seen something on RT Group where somebody had put some blocks in, each corner here. They glue some blocks in there, and they actually put Velcro there and Velcro on the bottom of the tanks, and that's how he managed to keep his tank in place, and also put stoppers in the front and rear of where the tank is going so it doesn't move. And then you can throw a sweat strap on there as well. So I think I'm going to go on that route, but I think I'm going to make a little platform that's flat so that this tank sits flat on top of that. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. And anybody have any other suggestions, you can weigh in on that. The other thing, I started with the gear. They're of course, with their manuals doesn't tell you anything. When I connected this, they have a combination of, it's a combination gear and brake controller. When I tried the brakes, this thing was buzzing like crazy. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, there's two adjustments, pot adjustments in here. And I guess they were on low or turned off. But once I started moving those pots up, the buzzing stopped. So that was that was what was going on there. The other issue, well, I wouldn't say it was an issue. It's not an issue. When I was connecting up the ailerons, and I'm using this, let me swing around here. I'm using this Smooth Flight 16 power distribution board, and it also has a gyro built into it. Yeah, it looks a mess right now, but like I said, I'm just testing everything. Once I really get this thing finished, gonna have it look, it's gonna look a lot neater and cleaner once I do that. The servos, the labels were wrong. The left servo, the left aileron was labeled as right. Right aileron was labeled as left. So when I had it in the channels, I'm scratching. So what the heck is going on? When I realized it, it was labeled wrong. Same thing with well, the gear control is not the gear's not that much of a problem, but in their controller it is labeled left and right. So yeah, that didn't work out. That was labeled wrong as well. So other than that, what else was I going to go over? Yeah, the labeling, brakes, gear buzzing, the weight of the plane, tanks. Yeah, so okay, that's pretty much what I have for this video now. The next thing is going to be, I'm waiting for some material to come so I can build up this shelf for where the tank is going to go, and I'm waiting for some other stuff to come in too. Oh, I know what it was. This other tray, there was a tray sitting in here, okay, and in order to mount this stuff in here, it has screws where you can screw things down. Well, the tray has all these perforated holes already in there, so I said that isn't going to work. So I'm waiting for some material to come so I can build another tray without all the holes. So now I'll be able to screw things in. If I need to add additional switches, I'll add additional switch in there. And this, speaking of switches, this Smooth Strike controller comes with this pin switch. I'm not going to pull it out now because the battery is connected. So once you pull this pin out, it powers up the plane. Okay, and I'm going to add another switch, I think, for this brake and gear controller. Put it on the switches as well, so I don't have to keep plugging the batteries in and out. What else? I guess that's it for now, until I start moving on to the next stage. So I'm doing everything in stages, double checking, triple checking everything, make sure it's working correctly. So that's about it for now. And one other thing, the wife was complaining about, I should make these videos with all that junk in the background. So anyway, I put something up there to cover all the junk in the background. All right, that's it for now until the next video. Thanks for watching.